Greetings, fellow nerds. In previous years, I've applied gallium to various aluminum objects and have destroyed them that way. This year, let's try something a bit more common, a baseball bat. For those of you that don't know, baseball bats are used to motivate people that owe you money. Most are made from wood, but you can buy aluminum ones as well, and that's what we have here. They are necessarily very strong, and it's incredibly difficult to damage them with just your own strength. Now, before we apply the gallium, we're going to need to file off the surface of our aluminum baseball bat. Primarily, we're doing this to get rid of the paint, and we want to remove the aluminum oxide layer underneath. Gallium destroys aluminum metal easily, but has a difficult time penetrating other materials like paint and aluminum oxide. Now, we don't need to remove all the paint, just enough to ensure the gallium can get at the aluminum underneath. Here we are. One partially filed aluminum bat, and I've placed it in a glass beaker. Now for the gallium. I've previously melted this gallium by keeping the bottle in hot water. Gallium is an interesting metal and that is a very low melting point, just 29.76 degrees Celsius. So with just a little hot water, you can have a liquid metal without the dangers of high temperatures. It kind of resembles mercury in how easily it pours. Okay, so we have our bat immersed in gallium. I've turned on the hot plate to about 70 Celsius to keep the gallium molten while it diffuses into the aluminum. This will take some time, so I'm going to come back in a couple of days or so. And here we are. Let me get out of there. Looks like we still have a lot of gallium left. Let me set that aside. And here is our baseball bat. We can see the overall structure is intact, but there are some deep cracks and holes right through. Okay, let's see just how strong it still is. That was a lot easier than I expected it to be. I'm not from the planet Krypton, I'm just from Canada. So what's happening? The gallium metal is diffusing in between the grain boundaries of the aluminum microcrystals and disrupts their bonding. Being unable to bond together, the aluminum is rendered extremely weak. Some of the aluminum also dissolves into the gallium to form an alloy. Some people say it's an amalgam, but that's a misnomer. Amalgams are mercury-based alloys, just like steels are normally iron-based alloys. While some specific gallium alloys have specific names like Gallinstan, as a class, gallium alloys don't have a special name and they're just called alloys. They're not amalgams. Now, interestingly enough, the structural damage induced by the gallium is going pretty far through the baseball bat. The gallium soaks through the metal like water soaking through tissue paper. I don't know about you, but it's amazing to me to have something as solid as a metal bat behave like it was porous. Okay, now as I keep breaking the aluminum to the handle, it's getting stronger and stronger. Looks like I didn't leave it in long enough for the gallium to diffuse all the way through. On a side note, don't worry about my glove tearing. Gallium is non-toxic to skin. I just wear gloves to minimize all the mess. Okay, looks like this is about the limit for the damage. Anyway, so that's what's left of the aluminum baseball bat. This pile of very weak aluminum infused with gallium. So there you have it. Gallium-induced structural failure of an aluminum baseball bat. Thanks for watching. Special thank you to all of my supporters on Patreon for making these science videos possible with their donations and their direction. If you're not currently a patron but would like to support the continued production of science videos like this one, then check out my Patreon page here or in the video description. I really appreciate any and all support.